it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because I guess everybody's pretty much writing a book, right? So
Seems that way.
yeah, it seems that way. And yeah, I'm getting to the final stages of it. But anyway, I included this one poem, and it's called Now and Then, a Sasquatch People's poem. A silky black ribbon of darkness fell like a curtain in the night. The lazy day had lost its glow, but the forest eyes had sight. The watchers stood in quiet reflection. The giants had arrived. We're watching you. We're watching you. We know you now and then. The energy engulfed me like a sweet euphoric kiss. I felt the truth of one, the knowing and the bliss. The sentinels in silhouette, grandmothers, spotlight bright. We're watching you, we're watching you. We feel you now and then. The teachers teach, the preachers preach, the wise men bear their gifts. The lessons taught, the lessons sought, the healing of all rifts. The stars shine down to greet their brothers, the harmony of one. We're watching you, we're watching you. We see you now and then. The ancient ones, the messengers, their planted seeds bear fruit. I stand in awe, my mind's eye saw the big man's words take root. The mighty and the weak stand in reverence, hand in hand. We're watching you, we're watching you. We love you now and then. That's it.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. What's the plan?
Well, if nobody has any suggestions or anything that they want to share, then I could play another video. Or if anybody has something that, one of our panelists want to pop in and share, this would be a good time. You're more than welcome.
We could have a conversation between ourselves.
Yeah, we could.
Good stuff would come up, right?
But just remember, there's like 30 something other people listening to our conversation.
Yeah. I mean, like about Sasquatch.
Right.
The topic. I don't mean like, oh, like, personal stuff.
Right. Yeah, no, yeah. So anything that, anybody you're feeling inspired to share right now, or anything coming through, I'll just say that I've been feeling different waves and fluctuations of energy today, all, heightened, but it seems to be coming in waves. I don't know if others are feeling that, or if it's because of the different, people that are presenting, or, whatever energies popping in and out. But here it's absolutely beautiful day. It's the sunniest day that we've seen in probably a few months, even though it's 20 degrees. It's really sunny. So
Same in BC here.
Yeah,
I was out in the woods yesterday and it was beautiful, but a little bit cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been out west for many years, over a decade, and now I'm in Ohio, and it's interesting. The energy is so different when you don't see the sun. It's like the gray, the sky has been the same color gray all day. So it's like in the morning, it's this shade of gray. In the evening or in the afternoon, it's a shade of gray.
Right.
Variations of drab.
Yeah, right. But this is like, just to go back to something I said in the beginning, that the magic is buried deep underneath. It's like you really need to go deep in order to find it here in this kind of environment, I find. Like when it's sunny and beautiful, and there's like things are clicking away when the sun is shining, you can feel this radiance. And anyway, the radiance has to be within, because it's definitely not above in the sky.
Well, I think we're all radiating well. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brian, for the record, I'm not writing a book, so I could.
Well, I mean,
I'm the oddball.
But yeah, I've been writing for a long time, and I actually got to get another editor, I think, again. I was almost done, and then my editor and I had a fight.
Uh-oh.
You're supposed to do it yourself.
What's that?
You're supposed to do it yourself.
Yeah, I know, but I got to figure out how to do all that, insert the pictures, and I mean, I got about 300 pages written without pictures, and I got a lot of pictures.
Oh, okay.
What I find so interesting is everybody is common theme with all of us right now is expression and this creativity. The poem was beautiful. I love how people are sharing their gifts, but it's really about their heart expression. And I think people are, because of what's going on in the world, what I'm finding is people are just like, okay, now it's my time. And I think it's really, really time for everybody to just come out. Like I say, I'm coming out of my spiritual closet or my, my light language closet or something. But, everybody's getting messages, information, but it's not coming from the outside in. It's really like, Christina, you were talking about, expressing from the inside out. And I think it's really important. And even what Sunbo said, which was so beautiful, finding your inner autonomy, he didn't say it word for word like that, but it's so important that everybody creatively express, because what I'm finding, even for me, all the stuff that's going on, it's just, constant stuff. And if you don't, you need to find your unique energy frequency signature and get it out there. And it's not about a product. It's not about something else. But what I'm getting is it's so important to put it in form, because you actually, Christina, what you were saying again is like putting a thought form out there that becomes physical. And somehow what's happening, I think, for all of us is we're keying each other's codes and opening up. And wow, everything that everybody said, I'm getting ideas and things are rolling. And, and everybody has such a unique, distinct way of expressing. And I find also with the light language, poetry, cooking, dancing, painting, all the creative arts, can be building a house, doesn't matter what you do, is like, it's a form of expression that comes outward, that infuses something in the world to awaken other people to find their gifts. I think this is what it's really about. And this is what I'm loving about this. We're just a code soup,
Yeah, a cesspool of light body codes.
It's great. So everybody's expression is important.
Yeah, I find that expressing also helps us stay in our bodies when the energy is really intense. It's just start creating anything, do something, and it helps us stay present.
I got a huge message, download, transmission, whatever these forms are. Vision, dream time is when we're creating, we're not informing from the outside. Well, there is no outside anyway, but not taking guidance, dictation, information, how other people are viewing us from the outside. When you're in an act of creation, whatever it is, you're being in the moment. You're syncing up with creation itself. I mean, you are creation at that moment. It's fascinating.
Yeah. Wow. That's a great download.
So we're creating every moment. And it's actually what I'm getting, especially at this time, this is our energetic protection, because it's less about creating a boundary or force field around you, but when you're in that vibration with joy and without any self-doubt, or it's really about what everybody's been talking about, free will. You're just in a vibratory state of constant forming, informing, reforming. It's really amazing. And that's what gives us the impetus to keep going. I mean, this is what I love about all these conversations. This is a living, breathing thing. And somebody said, I think Kelly said, your poems are alive. Your books are alive. Your writing's alive. Your work's alive. This is what we're doing. We are living, breathing expressions. It's really fun. I'm having fun. I'm having fun to hear how you guys are expressing. So it's really cool. So thank you all.
Yeah. It seems to me the Sasquatch know exactly what our strengths are, and they utilize us according to that. Like, I'm a good communicator with songs and writing and poetry and stuff like that, and connection and whatever. So it's what they've got me doing. But they know us intimately, right?
Yeah.
More than we know ourselves, probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I'm really getting is all these guys are aspects of ourselves. So it's, I had this fascinating aha moment, which we all have from time to time, like a couple of days ago, that all the, we have our own Akashic energy connection to source, spirit, each other, the earth. But it's like, once what Christina was talking about, opening all these senses, this is what, and Seth, I mean, everybody's like picking up really interesting shapings of this. He was talking about ascending versus ascension. It's a constant thing. But, when Christina was talking about being in all these alpha, delta, gamma, beta, vibrations, this is what we're doing. And this is what the star people, especially Arcturian Sasquatch, they show me. The more we do this is what we're shaping reality right now. We're shaping, what we want. It's just about play. That's the other thing. The Sasquatch just came in and said, it's about play. Don't take it so seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the chief just said too. Just laugh and have fun and let it go. And this is how I really see that we're forming the future as we're experiencing it. It's really, really amazing time. And 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2 all over the place. Duality becoming one. I mean, so many symbols going on right now.
Shakira, when you said Chief Golden
Light Eagle,
right?
Chiefy, yeah.
I knew I'd mess up one of the Golden Light Eagle. Yeah, we had him on the Pork and Bean show, right?
Right, I saw that.
It was fun. And
well, he's fun.
Yeah.
I spent about 7 solid years with him, pretty much every day, and traveling and doing all the stuff. And like, the thing I respect the most about this man is he walked his talk, but it was all about, there was never, he told me so many things. He's like, now you're going to write the book of things that I told you. And I'm like, it'll come. But so many messages, and really about just being open. If you read for anybody that doesn't know, these 11 books, 12 13 these are codes of activation. I mean, they're so profound, elemental guides, and all the different realms, ascended masters, star people. It's all these codes coming together, and there's more. And I think what I'm getting is, as he's, moved on, he's inspired each one of us, whether you knew him or not, it didn't really matter. He put these out in the universe, and we're writing new codes. We're writing new frequencies and DNA reconstructions and everything. But the thing I love most about him, he was really funny. Mm-hmm. It was so funny to see him in his regalia. He was such a heyoka. He's such a heyoka joka, we say, but very, just really loved life, and understood things take time. So many messages from him that I learned, that I try to apply in my life, but beautiful. But the key is that each one of us has all the codes, but each one of us has to inspire each other. That's why we got to come together. And I think that was his biggest mission, was to bring the circle back together, all of us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That thing you said, that was the clowns, right? That term you said?
Heyoka.
A clown, right?
Yeah, Heyoka clown. So there's
that's what he called us when he was on the show. The three of us.
Yeah.
And, we got along great. And when you said he was listening in, boy, on my head, just like, man.
Yeah, he's here.
He gave me a greeting. Yeah, when you said that.
Yep. And he works with the Sasquatch and the Star People and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Can I chime in on time for a second? Because you mentioned that Golden Light Eagle talked about time. Things take time, right? So we've been under a lot of intensity lately as a population, and there's a lot for us to digest. And a hit that we had a little while ago, when I say we, me and many people, members in the academy, is that there's a time loop going on. It's kind of like we work through all this energy, and then we feel like we made it to the other side, and then it's a loop. We're back in the beginning, but different, right? So maybe more of a spiral than a loop. And later on, what was revealed was that this is a time of grace. The loop is actually less about control systems and more about giving us more time to integrate and work the pieces we need to work so we can gracefully move forward. My mother-in-law was, interestingly enough, stopped by spontaneously here during lunch, your guys' lunch, my dinner. And she said, did you know today, this month, every single day had a solar flare? And I'm like, no, actually, I did not know. I just knew about the big one, or the one that happened last week. So, so this is making me, it just kind of like connects all those dots, those little pieces that we've been getting. And it makes me realize we do need time. We need time to integrate all this stuff into our lives. We can't do it all in just a few months.
Well, this is what I'm getting, what these guys are showing, why we come down in this lower dimension. It's like time doesn't really exist, or it exists in different ways, in different forms, at different levels, different dimensions. So you guys we're all experiencing time a little bit differently based on our environment and all that stuff. But this idea, he kept saying over and over again to me, it takes time to change things. You know, when we've all been talking about these 3D constructs, it takes time to have people see something new and integrate this stuff. And, you know, they talk about yugas, 26,000 years, you know, the Buddhists talk about this, all the ancient teachers, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, even Nassim Haramein a couple of days ago, whenever it was talking about, you know, the universe being a whole cycle of time that then folds on itself and then starts over again. And I think this is a really interesting topic. I'd love to talk about it later with you guys. But this idea that a lot of people think we're stuck in a time loop, you know, these negative energies bring us in, we get recycled, we go back again. And I said, this is really a fascinating concept, because I think that we're here. I mean, there's some reason we're here in the physical to do something down here. And instead of running away or not wanting to be here, like, what are we going to do with it? And this is what my guides tell me all the time. We're here to create, feel the emotion, experience everything that you can. And then you just evolve into something new. So when Seth was talking about, you know, elevating, you know, what do you say? Ascending, it's endless. But if you don't get constructed in time, you don't get locked in time. This is the box that we keep putting ourselves into. And it's like free will is free time. It can take you 2 minutes to change your whole paradigm, or it could take, you know, 5 days, 5 hours, 5 years. It's all relative to the person, I think. So it's all, time is malleable. I'm shape-shifting time all the time with time, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. The time is, I worked with a dear master that taught people how to step outside of time. And the whole secret is what Golden Light Eagle was saying, have a great time.
Well, then you're in the moment right there in that 0 point, and everything is possible. It's like, what I'm seeing is like, it's this portal where we're in this moment right now, you know, and then there's no past. This is where people get trapped. You know, all great teachers talk about this. The past you get stuck in, and then you keep repeating it. You keep going back, and what was the problem, and then you trying to figure it out, or trying to work it out, or fight against it. If you just complete the past, this is the thing that you've taught me most, is this: we are in a time of remembering and a knowing. It's like an inner knowing, but this is the timeless time that we integrate that, but we put it in perspective. You know, when people have had a difficult moment or something, instead of holding on to it, let it go. And then people are either trapped in the past or trapped in the future. They're worried about what's going to happen. I don't know, whatever, but we can't see the future. But at this moment, we're creating it. And that is the aha moment that I think, when people really understand, every moment they're creating exactly what they're going to live into. You know, it's like what you were talking about, putting a thought form in the future. But there's nothing but the present.
Well, yeah, we can't see the future, but the Sasquatch have proven to me that they can see my future and my past. They know what they know what I'm going to do, for instance, years and years and years before I even come up with the idea. It's just amazing.
Yeah. You know? But maybe there's an aspect of you that's actually put it out there, and you're living into it. You know, that's a whole other concept. I mean, I'm writing this book that's now becoming like 500 books. I mean, just overwhelming amounts of stuff. And I'm like, I watched amazing movie with Amy Adams. What was it called? Arrival.
Oh, yes.
Right, where she's drawing everything, and how she the star people, when they came, they showed her the future. And then the book was already written and she just kind of walked into it. This is what I'm getting. It's like we've already created that. This is what I'm saying is we're already in the 5th dimension, the 13th dimension. You know, it's just, it's the collective is taking a while to get out of these other, you know, constructs. But this is what we're doing now. We're already there. We've already crossed the threshold. It's like, you know, we won the race collectively, whatever you want to call it.
The word's been spoken.
Yeah.
That's a great movie, by the way. You guys watch it. I hope you guys get a chance to reference that. Me too. Best ET movie yet. Well, maybe Contact is pretty close.
Yeah, they're all saying the same thing. But this is what's fascinating. It's all us. I mean, all of us. We're these little gyrating balls of light. That's how the star people told me they see us. You know, Sasquatch are looking at us as just radiant beams of light. And they said, when you look at the stars, that's how we appear to them.
Yes.
We're just stars. So when we're happy and in a joyous state and communicating and playing and messing around and just doing some fun stuff, it's like, you know, I remember when my daughter was younger, I know you're talking about kids. I have a 23-year-old. Same thing. Like all we did was crafts and art and fun, but we were watching Monsters Inc., you know, that kids animation, where they harvested energy from, we scare because we care. But then somebody started laughing and realized, oh, that was a lot more fun. That's kind of what's happening, right?
Wow. Yeah. I forgot all about that movie. Major reveal there, isn't it?
Yeah.
The harvesting of energies. Yeah. Well, so I think our kids are the same age. My oldest is about to turn 23 in June. And then she has a younger sister. So interesting. Cool. And then Kelly, how old is your little guy?
He's 11.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he thinks he's 18 already, but yeah, he's 11 going on 12 in June. But I watch all those movies with him too. And Monsters Inc. is actually one that I watched really recently. And I was thinking about that, kind of reflecting on that too, that the harvesting of the energy. And it wasn't the laughter that was more fun. The laughter was more powerful. It was 10 times more powerful than the fear.
Because they didn't take it. It was a giving.
Exactly.
It's interesting because I talked to my daughter about, and a lot of friends that have kids, you know, there are a lot of, you know, like in everything in media, in that world, you know, they imprint negative thought forms and energy, but there's lots of good stuff in everything. And you can basically tap into that. There's always good messages. Yes. You know, I kind of use kids animations. I love kids animations. I will watch everything because there's still a sense of purity, even if there's programming in there. There's some good messages in all of that. You know, I'm just a big kid at heart. That's probably what I like.
Well, and it's good training for them to learn how to use their compass. You know, I don't know if you guys remember Last Airbender.
Oh yeah,
Avatar: The Last Airbender, like all-time favorite. I swear, you know, Secret Tunnel is like a bond between us now. It's like, when I start singing Secret Tunnel, everybody just, well, first they roll their eyes because I'm totally off key and out of tune. But then
you do it anyway.
Like, we do it anyway. But it's just so much fun. And anyway, that's major epiphany in that particular show, even though there's lots of ingrained programming to go with the program and
strip it out.
You know,
it doesn't really matter. I mean, my daughter and I grew up, she's a singer. She's got this amazing voice, and we would just sing to each other. And then we would do musicals. And so she'd walk by and sing a line, and then we'd join and dance, and then she'd go along her way. You know, it was really fun.
Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah.
Well, next time you have an argument with her, do what Christina said. Do it in song and dance.
We do. We have a dance off. And then we do my favorite thing, you know.
I don't like the way that you do this today. Can you straighten up the way that you know, like, right?
We do.
Oh, no, I don't like that. You know, whatever.
That's it. Except what's interesting is she's got such an amazing memory for song that the game we play all the time is like, I'll say, sing, you know, a punk song, country western. Or I'll name an artist and then tell her to like transpose it into some other genre. And it's like, she just gets into it. It's so funny. It's like shape-shifting. It's
Oh, wow.
So that's basically what we do. More than talking. It's pretty fun. And then
I can associate with that.
Yeah,
that's something I would be doing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Sing or gyrate. Sing or gyrate or
No, singing like songs and like somebody who would definitely not be singing that style or whatever, or just changing it into a different genre or something.
Oh, yeah.
Mix and match. That's fun.
Yeah, like I did had Sue on the forest floor one time I was doing. I'm not going to mention the person because he was so bad, but a notorious person in history from Europe in the 30s or whatever. You know who I mean.
Yes.
39 to 43, whatever. And I had him singing Kansas.
That's Heyoka right there. That's funny.
What was it? Dust in the Wind or something? Yeah.
Dust
that bad guy.